Alright, we're going on another weekend trip. We're heading to Garnet Lake. Right now we're on Garnet Lake Road. We've never been here before. It's just Jeremy and I doing a quick overnight trip. We're coming down here, checking out some of the New York State DEC campsites. There's several of them on this lake. And maybe I'll be able to put a screenshot up from the DEC website page. Alright, we're going to go down and check this out. Alright, so we got the Hornbecks on the car, and we are now at the DEC boat launch parking area for Garnet Lake. It's kind of nice to have a little porta potty out here. You can go to the bathroom before you start paddling out. Here's the sign-in board. We got the New York State Rangers phone number here. Got a little bit of information on how fast things biodegrade. That's kind of cool. 18 months for cigarette butts. 18 months to 10 years. Yeah, it's kind of scary to think about this stuff. People just leave garbage out all the time. I've seen it many times. Go to campsites and it's just full of trash. It's kind of sad. Here's some invasive species information. If you want, you can pause and read through some of this stuff if you'd like. I'll probably read it at camp, as I usually do. You'll learn a lot just sitting there in camp, reading up. So here's our registration book, and Jeremy and I, we'll sign this a little bit later, right before we paddle in. Like loons. So we'll sign that after we get our car unpacked. As all the lakes have in the Adirondacks, help protect the loons. Jeremy's got the canoe, pulling it down already. So I don't have a map for this location. I go to the New York State DEC Info Locator's website page. I'll try to figure out how to put a link down in the description below, and maybe do some screenshots. Try to show everybody the resources that I use to find my campsites and all the boat launches and the lean-tos and everything. The DEC Info Locator website page is fantastic for that stuff. You can turn on trails and lean-tos and campsites, and there's just so much information on there. Weather's absolutely beautiful out right now. It's about 75, 76 degrees. It's supposed to get up to about 80 degrees today. And tonight, while we're sleeping, it's supposed to drop down to 58. A little hazy outside, but for the most part, we got clear skies, blue skies. A little bit of hazy cloudiness here and there, but it is gorgeous outside. Alright, so I'm going to go unpack the car and get everything ready so that we can get out on the lake and start enjoying this paddle. Here we go. Alright, we got the life jackets on and everything's packed in the canoe. That is all we really need for a single nighter. It's just a couple tents and some air mattress, sleeping bags, and some food. We'll be good to go. I got my silky saw and a hatchet for us to get some firewood. Got some of these lilies. Not really sure what they are. They got some purple flowers on them. I'm not sure what they're called. I'll see if I can look them up when I get home. And I'll put the name in the description, or the name in the title right here. Kind of cool. Been seeing some fish just swimming around, some little guys. And we did see a fish jump a few minutes ago right here. So we're going to start paddling out, see if we can catch one of these campsites down here at the end of the lake. All right, here we go. So this looks like it's campsite number 4. Doesn't look like it would be a very comfortable campsite. Looks nice, but lots of rocks and ruts everywhere, roots. So we're gonna paddle on, see if we can see what our other campsites look like, see what the potential is. But this is what campsite 4 looks like. Pretty nice, you know. It's got a fire pit right next to the lake. You know, you'll be able to look out on the lake. Looks really nice out there. The lake is speckled with lilies and flowers all over it. A lot of people here fishing right now. Probably saw at least 10 boats with people just canoeing and kayaking and fishing. So hopefully these other campsites aren't already taken. All right, here we go. We're going to continue paddling now. Just went around the peninsula. This is what we're seeing. Absolutely beautiful out here. Yeah, it's still pretty hazy out, but very sunny and bright. We're going to continue on. We're going to stay over here on our left and see if we can find these other campsites. All right, looks like we found the campsite that we might be staying at. Jeremy's getting out. Here's our fire pit. And this is what it looks like. It doesn't really have much flat ground here, but might be able to find enough just for sleeping for one night. So this is campsite number 5. And we're just gonna explore a little bit and unpack and set up tent and start relaxing. All right, here we go. All right, so we got the tents all set up and we're just gonna sit back and relax now and enjoy the fire that we got going and enjoy the view. I don't even need the rain flies on tonight because it's not supposed to rain at all. All right, here we go. All right, so it's going on 6 o'clock at night. And coal has been burnt down enough so we can cook. I got some shish kebabs, skewers here. Got beef, onion, and green pepper. I'll just cook this on the fire for a little bit, and then we'll sit back and enjoy. I've also got some mashed potatoes that we're gonna have. Just gotta boil some water. All right, time to cook dinner. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. There's like no wind. It is beautiful out. Jeremy's gonna go for a swim. All right, it's now 8:30 at night. Jeremy and I had dinner. Now we're just sitting back, relaxing, enjoying the campfire. Usually I would use the half-pound refillable propane tank to make hot cocoa, but I ran out of propane, so we had to do a little makeshift fire pit here to heat up some water. I got some filtered water in the Stanley. I don't usually use this over wood fire. I usually use it on propane because the wood always leaves a black char on the outside of my stainless steel. It gets on everything in my backpack. So, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I got no propane, so we're gonna make some hot cocoa the old-fashioned way. All right, so we're just gonna hang out, have some hot cocoa, relax for another hour or so, and then go to bed. I don't think we're going to be able to see any stars tonight. It is pretty overcast. But we'll wake up in the morning and see if we can see the sunrise before we end up heading back to the car. All right, time for hot cocoa and a campfire. Well, it's now 4:30 in the morning, and the rain just started. That's the weather in the Adirondacks for us there. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't get my camera to focus there for a minute. But it's raining, coming down pretty good. We just threw some more twigs on the fire pit just to get it going again, but what happens here. We might start packing up and getting out. I mean, our campsite's clean. The only thing we got to really do is put our tents away. We do have some rain flies, but you know, with the rain in the way it is, we don't know if it's going to continue to rain or if it's going to stop. And the weather app did say that it wasn't going to rain at all, but weather in the Adirondacks changes every 5 minutes, so you never really know what's going to happen. We're just going to sit back, relax, see what happens with the rain. Maybe we'll start paddling back to the car soon. We're usually up at 5 o'clock in the morning anyway, so it's not like we're up really early. Alright, we'll see what happens, and we'll report back once we know what's going on. Alright, we got the tents broken down. Everything packed inside our bags except for my iced tea. And it is starting to get light out, even though you can't really tell on the camera. So we're going to head out. We're going to pack it up, head back to the car. We got a couple hours worth of a drive to get home. And hopefully I can find my way out of here without any GPS. Yeah, so we're paddling. Sun hasn't quite come up yet, but it is starting to get light outside. The rain's still coming down quite a bit, and we're on our way back to the car. We just gotta go around that peninsula there. We've probably got another 10 minutes worth of paddling, and we'll be back to the car. Alright, we're back on the road heading home. That was a really good camping trip. That was fun. Beautiful lake, absolutely loved it here. It was a good campsite. Had some good food, and it was a nice little paddle back in the rain. Only took us about 20 minutes, so it wasn't really that bad. But you know, rain comes and we go. That was fun. All right, see you next time. Thanks for watching.